Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's a pretty snowy day. We just got like an inch of snow and it's really cold, so I thought what a perfect time to film a scary story. I've had my eye on this story for a little bit, but I was doing some background research and I wanted to get some photos that people have taken, and they have the actual ghost in it, and I wanted to make sure that I got photos that I think were real and not photoshopped or filtered or edited in any sort of way. So if you guys like really creepy stories and you're snowed in or stuck in the rain or crappy weather, get yourself a little coffee or a tea or a snack and get ready, because this one's, I don't know why I'm doing this, to be honest, because my husband is away working, so it's kind of a stupid idea. I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep tonight, but I'm doing it for you guys. And not gonna lie, this one's pretty creepy. And if I ever travel to Louisiana, I definitely want to go here because I've been wanting to go to New Orleans for quite some time. I have that on my bucket list and I really want to go to Nashville. So this story takes place in Louisiana. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and let's get to it. So I'm going to welcome you to Muriels Jackson Square in Louisiana. So this restaurant has been a place where tourists love to go. So this building dates back all the way to the 1700s. A young French-Canadian man named Claude Treppinger, definitely didn't say that last name right. I butchered it and I'm very sorry. Please don't come haunt me. That'd be great. He actually built this as a cottage, and because of the fact of the proximity, like the location of it, it became a hot commodity prime piece of land, which became known as the Jackson Square. A lot of the locals believe that he held slaves there, which I feel like a lot of places that are haunted have had slaves there, because you know they probably lived a really dreaded, painful, sad life. Ugh, I hate even saying this out loud because it's just really sad, but locals believed that these slaves were held there right after they came off the boats before they would go up for auction. So then Jean Destrahan, he was a man who had a lot of money, wealthy, rich, powerful. He came in and somehow he acquired the property. And that's when he tore down the cottage and he built this massive, huge property. He built this in 1765 and he built this again for his family. And then in 1765, when he passed away, the house was passed down to his son. And then his son, when the money ran out, he ended up selling it at an auction. In 1776, Philip Pierre Marigny, and I can't speak French. I failed 3 years of Spanish, so cut me a little bit of a break. He came in and he purchased the residence. And he used that as his home when he would come into town. Then sadly on March 21st, 1788, a huge fire took place. They called that the Great New Orleans Fire. And it started on, it's weird, it started on Good Friday. It ended up burning over 1,000 structures in that Jackson Square. Well, during that fire, some of the mansion that Philip Pierre had built was burnt as well. He restored his dream home and fixed it all up and made it look elegant and, you know, beautiful, of course, again. He had a love for gambling and poker, and sadly he lost a poker bet and they took his home. They say his home is what he treasured the most, and he was devastated when this happened. Right before they ended up taking his home and he had to leave the premises, he took his own life on the second floor, right where Muriel's Seance lounges are sat today. So you can go in there and plop on down, have a little drink, cocktail, something to eat, dessert, right where he took his life. Ooh, would you sit down and eat there? So they say that a lot of people end up seeing him sometimes out of the corner of their eye. Sometimes they'll catch a glance of him. They say too that they'll see him eating, or they'll see him sitting at that table. People will catch him in pictures. And they say that this is where he spends the majority of his time. People who work there and people who have visited there say that they've seen things fly across the restaurant and objects being moved. The restaurants and locals believed that he never left his beloved home and never wants to. The restaurant considers him to be the main resident, But he's not the only spirit that walks those halls. They say that they have a mischievous ghost that likes to wander the courtyard. Since 2001, they've seen glasses be thrown against the wall. They think maybe it could be past owners of the, the cottage or the home, and maybe it's them in frustration or anger that they're stuck there maybe, or that it didn't work out the way they wanted to in life, or that maybe it's Jordan trying to cross over to the other side and desperately trying to connect with human life, like human mortals that he still considers to be his family. Like he's a little bit confused that he doesn't realize he passed on, or he doesn't realize that he didn't get to the other side, like he's stuck in a dimension. A lot of people who have visited this restaurant say that they see unexplained shadows and hearing unknown voices when they were in a room alone. And it distinctly usually happens in the seance lounge. And they say that they have very distinct knocks on this brick wall that I think the ghosts try to use as interaction. And for the most part, they can be pretty entertaining, and a lot of tourists go there purely not for the food, just to see the ghosts entertainment. I feel like I would do that for sure if my husband wasn't such a scaredy cat, so that's gonna have to be a girls trip. The restaurant says too that most of the people who have felt his presence or had spotted him in a picture or maybe have heard things, whatever, they say that they never felt harmed or scared in any way, but the restaurant still welcomes his presence, and they actually have a table set up purely for him, and they always have bread and wine on the table, which is so sweet. So of course I want to know, have you ever dined at this restaurant? Did you hear of it? Would you guys go here? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I know some people are like really weirded out, and they say New Orleans is like one of the most haunted places in America. So I want to know what you guys think. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you soon.